Here are the 10 agency services that you can start drop servicing as an agency operator in 2026 without doing the work. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. The big idea here is quite simple. We're going to be setting up an agency where we find a fulfillment partner who's proficient in a particular area. We onboard clients and sell them for a higher margin, typically around 2 to 5 times the cost of goods. And then we will then use the fulfillment partner to get that job done. Now, we've been doing agency operations like this since 2015. Do we do it in all of the agencies? No, but this is a very popular way to scale. So let's walk through it. The first thing that is very common in these types of environments where you're drop servicing is SEO. It's a very highly white level service on the planet. It's, you can find suppliers like SEO Reseller, Hot. We also go on Black Hat World. We'll even find people who are really extraordinary in their ability to deliver on these types of campaigns. But that means that all of the back end stuff is typically done by another operator. And so the reason this sells, every business needs SEO, literally every single fucking one. There's also a bunch of new AI formatted SEO campaigns that you can do, and they're all looking about how to rank on Google. This is not going to go away. It's been around for 20 years. It's going to continue to exist. And it's monthly recurring from day one because you need to continuously update SEO to keep it alive and well. So white label partners to look at, Embark is really good because they provide the best, dashboard and reporting on the back end. Let's keep going. Paid ads management. This is another one that is easy to fill on your own. But again, if you're not wanting to learn how to do paid ads, which is again, not very fucking hard in 2026, you just basically point and shoot with ads nowadays. You can, of course, find somebody on the back end and make a good margin. The best way to understand this is e-commerce brands, local businesses, they all need paid ads. So the urgency is built in because they're losing money every day that they wait. They need to get it now. And you can get a high retainer with clear ROI attribution. As long as you can show your work and that what you're doing is actually going to make them a result, that's the easiest way. The best one that we have here is Adventure Media Group because they have a lot of ability to make good creatives, which is important. Some of these other ones, they need you to bring a lot of the creative work and do an enormous amount of heavy lifting on that side. Hustle Marketers is great because they're good for agencies that want to drop service them. But again, they're going to be outsourcing a lot to third world countries. And so sometimes there can be a drop in result rate. So just be aware of that. Make sure you test your own services before you use them. Number 3 is social media management. This is my fucking favorite one. This is the one that I have the most experience in because we run over 200 agencies right now at this exact moment with AGX that use Instagram automation to fulfill orders. And so what this looks like for us, we don't do any content creation or content management, but we're running things like direct message automation and Instagram growth automation. Every business owner knows they should be posting. They hate doing it, but you're never really selling the big, I'm going to get you an ROI type claims. You're just really selling low skill sales obvious. It's I'm going to run your account, right? White label partners to look at. Social Pilot is good. Vendasta is good. Okay. Now again, right. If you're doing things that require higher level automation, you're going to want to seek and search where you can get that type of tech. Of course, I sell that tech, so you can, of course, book a call with me at any given time. Get on the phone and we can talk about your agency, or if you want to start an agency, I can guide you through how that works. Again, you can charge $1 to $3K per month. I highly encourage you to not sell under $1,000 for social media management because you'll very quickly find it is a lot of communication day to day with business owners. Number 4 is website development. Nowadays, you can literally copy and paste someone's entire Google page and then immediately put it into Lovable or anything like that and immediately get an AI result that looks really good. It still sells really well because it's a good front end offer, and the upsell into other things like SEO, ads, or social media management becomes very easy once you have those types of customers. Every business will need a website refresh every 2 to 3 years. Now, what I like to do is if we're going to encourage an agency to go down this path, we're going to actually look to help agencies or look to help businesses that have already had a website refresh in the last 5 years and then hit them again with something else. So businesses that buy a website once typically buy forever. That's just kind of how that works. And if you can deliver something that was better than the last time they purchased, there's a lot of money to be made there. Now, again, there's not a lot of ways to make recurring revenue here. The recurring revenue options are typically small, limited, and just don't have a lot of stickiness. So be aware to that. You're going to want to have something on the back end that you can sell them. AI chatbots and automation, we love this because it is so effective still in selling products, especially if you can get good at it and get obsessed over it. It still sells because everybody in business right now wants an AI chatbot, but they don't want to bang their head against a wall to get it done. So if you can be the engineer that steps in and puts on a cape and, shines brightly for them, you can have an amazing time making a ton of money on their AI chatbot. And so they feel like they're getting a cutting edge technology. They feel like they're getting a good operator, which is you. You can build that. Go High Level, I would say, is a very strong piece of technology still in 2026. Insighto, we've been using a little bit, but it is a little bit lacking in terms of what it's powered by. It's an older GPT-4 model. They don't have the new models, but that's something to look at as well. ManyChat is still great, but keep in mind it's a linear bot. It's not AI. It's linear, so meaning like it requires logic trees. So just be aware of that. Number 6 is reputation management, review generation. So we know an agency right now who just did a $6 million year last year only doing reputation management for moving companies. I don't even really know how that's possible, but all they were doing was Google and Reddit. That's it. Okay, so they were only handling reviews and they were taking down some content here and there if it was, too hostile towards the company. So some moving companies fucked up, and basically the reputation management company steps in, makes sure that it's all clean around the board, and tries to, of course, command and conquer that old narrative. The reason this still sells is especially if you're in a niche that's like weird and wonky, like car dealerships or something where, interactions can go south. There's a way to change the game for them. So an example of this that I was actually just reading, if an apartment building, this is an interesting statistic, if an apartment building hits a 3.5 star rating in the course of like a calendar year, and they can't move it for more than 6 months, like they can't get it up again, the chances of them getting a leasing rate of less than 10% per walkthrough is like dramatically high. Like it's ridiculously high. So it can literally crush apartment complexes if they get a 3.5 star rating. So, and they know this, like they're constantly fixated on this number. So if you can help them stay above that number, that's very helpful for them. White label partners to look at, Pardai, Podium. Again, though, when you're selling these types of services, and if you've got to go the black hat route, we do recommend you go on Black Hat World and find suppliers who can help you with the more dirty hands-on stuff, because that's where you're going to find those types of suppliers. A lot of this is not just about making things look better. It's also about removing content that's currently hurting the person. So you're going to want to look at that. Number 7 is SMS and email marketing. This is still a fucking badass way to make money in 2026. We do recommend, if you're going to look at a cold email partner to work with, woodpecker.co is absolutely one of the best. I don't get an affiliate commission if you go there, but it's an incredible software. And the reason why is, of course, they supply all the domains and stuff like that if you want to just turn and burn. But it's just a great platform. Like the interface is better. It doesn't have a fuck ton of like constant upsells. I feel like Instantly just has a lot of things to sell you. And so it can become kind of a you are the product type thing. But SMS email marketing is still great. Of course, if you're looking for another provider, if you're doing like iMessage marketing, we recommend Project Blue. They're based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. They're a great team. And that's another way that you can build high trust with businesses, is by creating an agency that helps iMessage get implemented into businesses. And Project Blue is great for allowing people to get in there and do that. If you're just doing SMS platform, TextUs, Twilio still work. ActiveCampaign is still great for email automation if you're using custom lists that are already complete and opted in. Number 8 is blog writing and content management. So let's talk about this for a second. If you're writing content, writing with AI is scalable. But the thing you got to understand here is that that is also just not a niche where like anybody can't do that, right? Anybody can literally sell this product. So there's really no moat to your business if you start selling this. meaning like other third world countries, third world providers can absolutely beat you out. Freelancer marketplaces are just full of people that can do this. It's just not a very strong service, but do a lot of people need it? Maybe. I wouldn't sell this. I don't know anybody who does, so I would definitely watch out. But you can still make money with this if you're a low skill operator. So, you can give it a whirl if you've never been on the agency route before. Cold email and lead gen, again, Woodpecker is how I would focus on this, right? The clear ROI is because you can book fucking calls left and right. We recommend a Loom video strategy where you're inviting people via email if you can send them a Loom to talk more about your product and then book them on a call that gets them to solidify a contract with you. Instantly is good, but again, I like Woodpecker. Salesforce is good, but it's better for white label agencies that are going to be doing a lot of work at scale. So cold email, outbound lead generation, still very profitable in 2026. But again, what we're looking there for in this kind of acquisition model is you're just looking to book calls, right? The only way that they can get money is if they book calls. You're not going to sell anything via cold email. You're only going to book things. The last is white label software. If you can find really good white label softwares, this is outside of good Go High Level, but good white label softwares that allow you to resell and get people excited about a new back end or a new front end offer, this is a potential way to make a lot of money. Go High Level is still the kind of like undefeated top contender here. But other things to look at are more niche specific products. Okay, so an example of this is if there's a industry, let's say like construction or a very particular type of construction, and there's a white label management software for them, you can make a lot of money just having demonstration and domination within a particular niche like that. Now, again, if you have an agency in 2026 and you want to talk about what your goal is with your agency and you want help scaling it and setting it up, finding a good front end offer and product, you can book a call with me and then we can get situated and I can walk you through what it takes, right? The calls are free. I'm very proficient in making agencies. I've done over 400 since 2015, and I still am on the back end of so many, helping them construct offers, sell to the right people, and understand the pitfalls that can break them, including traffic conversion and fulfillment. So if you want that type of hands-on approach, you can book a call with me and we can get chatting. Without further ado, have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you in the next one.